What do you guys know about life at sea?
It's a great time.
Nothing but laughs.
It's a good place to keep your mental sanity.
I know I'm dying to read that book about like that girl that was like forced to live at sea with her family for like years and years and years.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She had like a weird cult dad or something.
It was something like her
The
dad's
cult of Poseidon.
Her dad's like life goal was to sail like around the world. And so she like was her and her brother and her mom had like went with them, but since they were
her
like
dad from the 1600s, holy fuck, what a goal that is.
The craziest thing about this is that she was getting like obviously no fucking education, like living out on the sea, and they had
she's getting an education from Davy
didn't
Jones.
have like she didn't have a passport, or she was basically like kept prisoner on a boat.
Her teacher is the North Star, and her principal the noble squid.
And the fucked up part is, her father actually said stuff like that. It's like you're learning about the currents and the winds.
Yeah,
right.
Like she had to like
constellations are your guide.
There's like a whole thing where she had to like convince her parents to let her like leave the boat when they would be like docked in like Thailand or something, so that she can even for an hour get a grain of an education.
Oh my God.
She was being like kept prisoner on a boat for like years and years and years. I'm dying to read her memoir about it.
That is a real genre of memoir. Like I had a crazy dad and everyone just went with what he did.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not the best way to raise a kid, but does kind of ensure that they have a hit memoir at some point.
Yeah.
Like maybe they don't know how to pump gas. But like they will write a best-selling memoir.
You will,
And they won't
consider yourself lucky. You're going to get to go on the Kelly Clarkson show one day.
That's going to get turned into an 8-episode Peacock miniseries.
Hey, you're going to get to meet Joy Behar on The View. Isn't that exciting?
Right.
It's all worth it.
Joy Behar's still on
You
The
don't
View.
have a checking account, but
You don't have a pet. You have no identification. Like you cannot leave. You are a prisoner on this boat.
At least I get to meet Larry King. He died while you were aboard. God damn it!
God damn it!
Well, no. The life at sea is this is a thing that people chose. That is the name of a now canceled cruise.
Oh yes. Okay, I do know about this. Oh my God!
So it was supposed to be a 3-year-long cruise.
People sold their homes.
That had a 140 city itinerary.
Okay.
So 140 ports of call. And here's the thing with a cruise ship, they charge you a shit ton to dock at every one of those places.
Okay.
And seemingly the organizers of this cruise, and they're, I believe, based out of Istanbul, didn't take that into consideration.
They just thought a boat can stop wherever.
Right. And furthermore, and I think this is probably, you'll find the biggest issue, they didn't have a boat.
Oh no. Oh my God.
They were like speculating that they would sell enough tickets for a 3-year-long cruise that they could then buy a boat that they then couldn't afford to park anywhere. So it turns out this whole thing kind of fell apart, believe it or not. And a group of passengers who were supposed to go on this 3-year voyage before it was canceled 2 weeks before its departure, they are now demanding a criminal probe into the company as customers say they are desperately trying to claw back $16 million in refunds.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, people like sold their homes.
Yes.
For this, and sunk their life savings into doing this.
Yeah.
If you just love buffets that much.
Yeah.
I mean, and hey, I do. So like that kind of I mean, it sounds like it would rule. I'd be like, yeah, sure, why not? I'd do it. I would do it if I was stupid rich. I would do it, but I wouldn't like sink. I wouldn't sell a home to go and do that.
You don't like to have adventure.
Yeah. You don't.
I'm gonna sail around the world. I'll show you.
I'm gonna take my 11-year-old daughter prisoner and take her around the world.
You're a landlubber. Initially, the proposal was travel around the world for 3 years, and the lowest rate was actually $38,500. That was the bottom basement, and for 3 years, I was like,
Okay, I mean,
indoor cabin, no
that's
window. I mean,
kind of
that's
a
pretty.
bargain. bargain. I mean, if our meals included?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, well,
fuck, we can't afford not to do this thing. Let's make it happen.
They should have known that was it was too cheap.
Yeah,
It's way too cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as, we're all working from home, let's just...
Well, that was the other thing, is like they promised that they would have like unbroken internet access.
Right.
They have like satellites, link up.
Okay,
and stuff.
yeah. Now this is starting to sound more and more appealing. Where
Right.
It's like, okay,
That's
okay.
what I mean. Is like, as much as I want to make fun of this, I would hate being trapped on a boat for that long.
Yeah.
But also, it's like it's kind of for $38,000.
Yeah, this is a couple years old, but I still from time to time think about the guy who gamed the system and just ate at Magic Mountain. Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so
Please tell me
Magic
this.
Mountain for a period. This is a Six Flags theme park.
Yeah.
For scumbags.
It's for Latinx teenagers to make out at. That's where you go. You want
Sure.
If you want to watch a 16-year-old girl get fingered in line for Superman, go to Magic Mountain.
Yeah. So they had a deal for a while where it was like a season pass, but for food. And if you for whatever $100 a month, you could just take that pass to any restaurant within Magic Mountain. And I'm sure they had a couple different options. There's probably a Mexican option, probably a burger option,
Right. Funnel cakes. And shit.
funnel cakes.
Speculate on a medieval turkey leg section.
Yeah.
Say no more.
Sure. And a guy got this and worked in an office nearby, and just on his lunch break he would stop by Magic Mountain in the morning and get whatever the breakfast option was, go to Magic Mountain on his lunch break, and then go on his way home for dinner. And saved all this money just from eating at Magic Mountain. Anyway, it sounds like this would attract that kind of person who's like, I can game the system. I can live on this cruise food for cheaper than I could, shop at the grocery store.
Right. Well, so to Joe's point, some customers were reported to have sold their homes or businesses to take advantage of this rare opportunity. And so now all of these people are suing them.
By the way, the craziest thing about that Magic Mountain food pass, because I am a theme park person, so
sure.
I'm very
Disney adult. Would you say Disney adult?
I would say Disney park adult.
Okay.
Not like I like
Right.
the aesthetics and
Right.
the immersion of Disney parks. I'm not
you
like
you can't sing all the songs from Encanto, though.
No, two of them, but not all of them. No. But it was
We can
like
all sing.
you could get.
We need to talk about Bruno.
It was like you could go as long as it was like a different kind of food. You could get something new with something like every 30 minutes.
Wow.
You can so you can get a funnel cake, and then 30 minutes later you can go and get a burger, and then 30 minutes later go and get a hot dog, and then 30 minutes. So people would go, like one person would have the food pass, go with like 4 or 5 people, and literally every 15 to 30 minutes you just be like, okay, now we're gonna get this, we're gonna get this. So everybody's eating on like one person's pass. It's like that's gotta be the craziest food deal at any park ever. Sucks that the food at Magic Mountain is horse shit garbaggio.
Yeah. Damn.
I have been to Magic Mountain. I don't remember anything about the food. I do remember that you can get a funnel cake, which is like the ultimate theme
Par
park
for the
treat.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just the thing. It's not memorable. It's your baseline basic. No one's going to Magic Mountain for the food experience.
Okay, right.
Like you can go to I say you go to Knott's Berry Farm for the food experience.
Oh, they have the famous fried chicken.
Crazy good food at Knott's Berry Farm.
So Carrie Whitman, a marketing executive in Cincinnati, previously told Business Insider that she sold her home to go on the voyage. She said that the cruise offered her a chance to sail around the world without the burden of taking flights, and the ship's internet connectivity would have allowed her to work remotely. Those plans fell through after Mireille Cruises, which is the company that was putting this together, announced to passengers on November 17th that it had unfortunately failed to acquire an appropriate vessel for the ship.
Moray, like Moray, like the eel.
Mireille.
Oh, Mireille.
Miray.
Okay.
Quotes, Mireille is not such a big company to afford to pay $40 to $50 million for a ship, Mireille Cruise CEO Vedat Ergulu said in a memo. And I'm like, that's the first fucking thing. What do you mean?
What? Was there just a stock image of a ship on their website?
I think so.
I would want to see the ship before I signed up for this.
I just love the guy who's just like, yeah, we couldn't afford a ship. And
we assumed.
Yeah. It's just like, oh, you invested in a popcorn factory. It's like, well, we couldn't have afforded a popcorn factory.
I don't get that analogy.
So if you're taking investments for a factory
For a
that
popcorn
produces
factory.
popcorn,
This is the kernels.
let's
Do
say-
they grow those.
no,
or-
let's say Popcorn Indiana or Smart Foods, something like that.
Okay.
You're trying to get potential investors, but the popcorn factory does not exist. I'm just thinking about this because in my hometown, in the movie theater, when it was first built, and corporations hired people to work, they had just an express line where you could just get popcorn, and in huge neon sign it says the popcorn factory. And now no one works there and the lights are off. And I'm like, damn, even the popcorn factory shutting down.
Ah, dang, that's a Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah, that really-
Used to work in a popcorn.
Daddy worked down the kernels.
and the kernels never popped again.
Poppin'.
You'd have to be a real broke ass motherfucker to not even be able to popcorn.
It just takes heat,
Yeah,
right?
heat and a little
Hey.
bit of oil.
Sell this to AMC Tiger 13 Classic. Okay.
Tiger 13 Classic.
Yeah.
Now that sounds like an energy drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is everything named Tiger in Auburn?
Pretty much. Yeah. We
In
got.
Austin, everything was named Longhorn
Oh,
because
yeah.
of the Texas Longhorns. You get your one thing in a small college town.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then you get Longhorn Automotive, Longhorn Motors, Longhorn whatever the fuck.
So the Times reported that customers who had been pushing for a criminal investigation into Mirai Cruises said that they were yet to see any refunds, while some, including retired people, said they were now homeless or left searching for work after putting so much money into the ill-fated cruise. So, like, this is fucked.
man.
There are people like that are still trapped in Turkey. There's people that are in like Costa Rica. I read
But-
in the New York
But
Times.
fuck these people. They're like, I'm going to go die out in sea on a cruise ship. You know, that's what these old ass people were thinking.
But
This is
you know,
cheaper than a nursing home.
It is.
It is.
And
I'm gonna
but
go
see, like that's in the way of like,
die in a-
let's not fuck these people, but like let's like make it affordable for them to
Have
be
a-
alive.
have a nursing home on land.
Yeah. Instead of them looking at a 3-year cruises, well, that's the only option.
Yeah. Right.
Because I'd rather do this than my family go into bankruptcy, keeping me in a home.
Right. Right.
If I was on vacation and people were using it as a hospice, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, I'll push you
I'm
over
here to
the
party.
edge.
I mean, it is what
Right?
happens on cruises. Like my family are they're a cruise family.
Okay.
They really enjoy them. We're going on that the Icon of the Seas. Like,
Yeah.
the commercials they keep. It's like it's the largest cruise ship in the world
Ever built. kind of a
ever
thing.
built. It's where it's like a full tilt, like there's water slides and like a roller coaster and a fucking like whole Venetian plaza indoors. And we're going on this, and every fucking night the intrusive thought comes in where I'm like, I'm gonna die on that ship. I'm gonna die. Like that thing is going down. I am terrified.
It's not the maiden voyage, though, is it?
I don't think so. I think
Okay,
it's,
then
I
you're
think
fine.
it starts in like soon, like a month or two, and we're going in July.
Oh, okay. The maiden voyage is the one that sinks, or the one where it's like the cruise ship is way too old and then it flips over on the
Yeah,
Italian
yeah,
coast.
yeah.
My question is, how good can a cruise ship be? I know it can be bigger,
Yeah.
but can it be gooder?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, first of all, when they're bigger, they don't rock as much. So, like, the bigger the ship, the less of a shot of getting seasick you'll have.
Okay.
So that's why usually if my mom's like, we're going to do a cruise, it's a bit of a smaller boat. I'm like, yeah, count me out, because then I'm going to be. I'm going on a cruise to eat myself into a coma every 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be fucking rocking back and forth
Right.
for hours and hours.
Have you been on a cruise, Jordan?
I have not been on a cruise.
I haven't
I have
either.
never cruised. I haven't been on. You know what I want to do before I do like a cruise? I want to do a booze cruise.
Yeah, those are
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
I
sure.
bet that's fun.
Like
Like you
those,
go
like,
around the
two-
harbor.
Long
couple
Beach
times.
Harbor,
yeah.
yeah.
Those are fun.
Well, they have little tiny electric boats that you can rent to just toot around Long Beach Harbor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
sounds fun.
You can have your own personal. It's just one guy in one of those.
I kind of want to go out there and get fucked up with like real estate people. You know, that's who I imagine goes on those.
Sneak onto one.
I just want to like talk to a real estate guy as he's getting drunk, and I don't know.
You know, the thing is, when you're on cruises, you end up meeting like elderly couples who are like, this is our 75th cruise we've taken.
Yeah.
We love it. We
It's
just
our
love
whole
it."
deal.
Yeah, where it's like, oh, yeah, of course you'd rather go and see everything that you can see before
Right.
you kick the bucket rather
Oh, yeah.
than just, staying in your 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn that like you've got rent controlled since 1972. Like, yeah, of course. Like, we pay $200 in rent.
I think I've told this before.
And the Fox News logo is burned into the bottom of our television screen
and the bottom of my eyes. I think I've told this before, but I, work as a tour guide, and I picked up this group. It was like a big bus. So typically I'm the one driving the car and talking, but every once in a while I get hired for a hop on where they'll have the charter bus and I get on and just get on the mic and spit, baby.
Sure.
And it was one of those, and we were down at the cruise terminal at
kind of like 8
San
Mile?
Pedro. Oh yeah, absolutely. I have to battle rap teenagers. Yeah, it's and then if they win, I have to acquiesce
And
to
before
them.
you even get on the bus, there's vomit on your sweater already.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
And we all know what that is.
We all know.
We all know.
We've all heard of it.
What pasta dish that would be?
Father's fettuccine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uncle's ravioli.
But it was this big group of like ancient, like I'm talking like 80-plus-year-old Australians.
Oh, boy.
And they were doing one of those cruises, and they had all just come through the Panama Canal, and you could tell because they had all bought the big white Panama hats.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
it looked like an entire bus full of the old guy from Jurassic Park. And, and I get on, and the company that does this incredibly old Australian tour, I'm not kidding, was called A Bridge Away.
Oh my gosh.
It's like that is the nicest possible way of saying grandpa's last vacation. That is the nicest way you could put that. But they were very nice people.
Right.
But anyway, I hope they're successful in suing these idiots.
Yeah, me too.
'Cause
Yeah.
that's fucked.
Well, those idiots don't have any
believe they didn't
money
have a
to pay them.
Yeah, right. What are
You know they already
what are you
spent
going
that
after
money.
at this point?
Yeah, I guess.
I can't believe they didn't have a boat.
I know.
So crazy.
I can.
They apparently they thought they had a boat, and then someone else was like, "Hey, we're gonna buy that boat," and they were like, "Wait, no!" And then
We need that.
Yeah, so
They're like, we had an ice sculpture, we had a volleyball net, so we were getting the things you need for a cruise. So we had
You guys,
most of
I
them.
put a yellow sticker on that boat. That means I claimed it. I claimed it.
There's a
All
Post-it
of
note.
the red stickers are Rebecca's, the yellow stickers are mine, and then the blue stickers are Mom's.
Yellow sticker is Minar Corporation,
Yeah.
whatever they were called.